Why was the Pentagon Papers Supreme Court case dramatic? Imagine a secret so big it could shake the very foundation of government trust. That's what made the Pentagon Papers case so intense and unforgettable. It all started when the New York Times began publishing classified documents called the Pentagon Papers. These papers revealed that multiple U.S. presidents had lied to the public about the Vietnam War's progress and intentions. The Nixon administration was furious and wanted to stop the publication immediately. They claimed that releasing these documents would harm national security. This led to a quick and fierce legal fight. The government asked the Supreme Court to prevent further publication, calling it prior restraint, which is a fancy way of saying censorship before something is published. The case moved fast, and within just 15 days, the Supreme Court had to decide whether the press could publish these papers or if the government's claim of national security took priority. That's a very short time for such a big decision. The drama was rooted in the clash between the First Amendment, which protects freedom of the press, and the government's desire to keep secrets. The case tested whether the government could stop newspapers from publishing information that the public had a right to know. The Vietnam War was very unpopular at the time, with many Americans questioning why the U.S. was involved and how costly it was. The Pentagon Papers proved that previous administrations had misled the public about the war's scope and progress. The Supreme Court's decision was dramatic because it sided with the newspapers. They ruled 6-3 in favor of the New York Times and the Washington Post, allowing them to continue publishing the papers. This was a huge win for press freedom. It showed that, even during times of war, the government could not simply silence the press to hide the truth. This case also changed how people viewed the government. It made many realize that transparency and accountability are vital, especially when it comes to war. The ruling made the press a stronger watchdog, helping to keep government power in check. It also influenced public opinion by showing that the government's secrecy could be challenged. The justices had different opinions, which made the case even more interesting. Some believed national security was more important, while others thought the public had a right to know what their government was doing. This divided opinion reflected how complex balancing security and transparency can be. In the end, the Pentagon Papers case was more than just a legal battle. It was a dramatic moment that highlighted the fight for truth, the power of the press, and the importance of holding leaders accountable. It remains a key event in American history, showing how the fight for open government can be both tense and necessary.